Uh, in terms of sovereignty, there is no wiggle room there. Our sovereignty is sacred, and we will not compromise it in any way. We are a sovereign nation with a functioning government, so that we do not need to be told by anyone how to run our own country. So that's essentially sovereignty, self-determined in the Philippines. So again, there is no room for negotiation there. It is sacred and inviolable. So that is my approach to Philippine sovereignty. I have already said this before, considering in the West Philippine Sea that there have been these conflicts. We will not allow a single square, and we even make it smaller, a single square millimeter of our maritime, coastal, and up to our 200 kilometers rights to be trampled upon. And how do we do this? We strengthen our. Well, we are talking when let's not traipse around it. We're talking about China. And how do we do that? We talk to China consistently with a firm voice. And we say that hindi naman natin pwedeng girahin. At ang gusto ba natin gawin, manggigera pa tayo ngayon, papasok pa tayo sa gera. That's the last thing we need right now. So we have to continue to discuss with them the conflicting claims that we have with China and that China has with other members of ASEAN. And I think ASEAN is still going to be a very critical part of that discussion, of that. But nonetheless, we also have to continue to pursue bilateral contact and communication with China. In fact, this is what I mentioned when I spoke to President Xi. When he called me to congratulate me on winning the election. I immediately went and I said that we have to continue to talk about this. We cannot be allowed to. This cannot be allowed to fester and to become more severe in terms of a problem between our two countries. So that's why in foreign policy, the Americans now, of course, have a very strong global interest, strategic interest in the region with the rise of China and their view that the West Philippine Sea is a critical part of the trade routes, which it is, and that's why it's so important. Trade routes for shipping in the region. So we are a small player amongst very large giants in terms of geopolitics. So we have to ply our own way.